Hello folks, welcome to Lester's Custom Truck Shop. Jose O in California. Here's your DX959 with the LC5304 installed. Now that flickering you're seeing with the channel, I'm looking at it at the display on the camera. That's the camera frame and the refresh rate of the LED syncing together is calling that. That's what's causing that. Getting some DX from the UK this morning. Okay, your clarifier. You got about 2 down and about 2 up. Okay. Makes it real easy to tune folks in. Another feature I've been showing folks is the GNF. It's the Galaxy Noise Filter. I really like the Galaxy Noise Filter. It gets rid of all of that hash. See, I've got the tone set to low. Let me put it back in the other position. If we set the tone to high, they're really loud. But if you turn on the noise filter, leave the tone on high, man, makes it so easy to hear them and not be irritated by all the hash. A lot of folks don't like it, but the circuit is very similar to a lot of circuits in amateur radios. And I know that you guys that are used to amateur radios recognize that. All right, let me show you some things about your radio. Okay, well, I guess I can show you that when I put the covers back on it. But you notice there is a difference in the display. That's the pure green 3-digit display. Okay, that is the stock yellow green display. Now what I did was replace the filters. Let me turn this off so you can see the filters now are green. What did I do? Here's the filters that came out of the radio. They're yellow, you know, an orangish yellow. It basically lets too much of the yellow element of the display come through, and they do that, I guess, to make it brighter, but it's easy to see right there. Okay, all right. And Preacher's on there today. Okay, there's your LC5304, all nice and snug in there. You see the wires are all tied up. I need to put one more wire tie right there. Okay, all right, and there's your shotkeys. Shotkeys have been installed. Let me go ahead and put the covers on it, and I'll be back. Radio has an excellent receiver. Just thought I'd show you that. Okay, we're on the lower side of channel 38. A few things I want to show you. The main 3-digit display, of course, is a true green display. Okay. The frequency display is the yellow green, but I've showed you that I put the green filters over both of them, so it makes it appear more green, but it's not as green as the real green stuff, the true green. But now I do have a kit available to change this out to true green, which it would be as bright and look as green as that. Is $75. Okay. And the reason it costs so much is that it's such a pain in the butt to take those 5 out without damaging the board and put the 5 new ones in. Okay, we just thought I'd bring that up. Alright, now this radio has squelch scan. Okay, the board comes standard with squelch scan. Alright. The scan is on your A&L noise blanker button. Okay, A&L and NB have been wired permanently on. Okay, and yes, folks, they do have to be wired. You can't just unplug that connector and expect it to work. It doesn't work that way. You have to jumper some pins and set it up so that both the A&L and noise blanker are on at the same time. Okay, so what you do is you squelch the radio. You go down to a channel that doesn't have anything on it, we'll squelch the radio. Okay, and I'm going to tell it to scan up. Found something on 34 already. Now if it stops on something you don't want to listen to, just turn the channel selector one channel in the direction it was scanning. Okay, and it goes back to scanning. It should, then it stopped on 38. As soon as they quit talking on 38, just continues to scan. Picking up the computer. Okay, so I click it one notch to the right. And I'm going to have to squelch it some more, looks like. And there it goes. Okay. Now we'll also scan down. And the center is off. To the left, it scans down, or in the off position of the A&L switch, it scans down. And now I got it squelched up too much. Oh, I'm on sideband, no wonder. I'm scanning through AM traffic on sideband. That don't work too good.
Let me get out of here. Hey, DVI, I'm back yourself.
Now, if you hear something that you want to listen to, you can either unsquelch the radio or move this switch here back to the center position, which turns off the scan. You open the squelch, that holds it on whatever channel you've got it on. Okay, like that one right there. Now, if there was something on there I wanted to listen to, all I had to do is unsquelch the radio. When I get through listening to it, I just squelch the radio back. But you can do the same thing with the A&L NB switch. If you put it in the center position, then it stops. Okay, now then, this is your highest channel. That's the highest frequency right there. Now, up on 10 meters, I operate on upper sideband, and of course, if you do not have an amateur license, do not transmit on amateur bands. Okay, 28 megahertz on up are amateur bands. You don't have an amateur license, you can go there and listen all you want to, just don't transmit. Okay, all right. Click it one time clockwise, and we roll back over to your bottom frequency right there. Everything below channel 1, usually down to about 515, is AM. Below 515 is upper sideband. I know, it depends on who you talk to. But I've been in radio for over 40 years, and I'll tell you, that's pretty much the way it goes. All right. Let's see. Oh, one other thing I needed to show you. By pushing the Roger beep button in, see the RB light come on, but you also notice that changed. See, that changed to a B. Okay, let me click it again. Goes back to a minus. The minus means that it's below channel 1. Okay, this display is called a channel 1 reference display. With that button pushed in, and that B, that's band B, channel 27. Now this references export radio bands. Okay, and it also changes your channel selector to a band switch. It now changes, it jumps up or down 45 channels depending on which way you turn the channel selector. Okay, it makes it really, really easy to get from the top of the band to the bottom of the band. Okay, without spinning your channel selector, what is it, 192 times? Okay, but you notice it indicates the band and the channel, and that's reference to an export radio's band and channels, specifically Galaxy, like a Galaxy 98 or 99. Okay. Now, as long as that RB is on, you're in the channel selector is in the band mode. That's called the CSF switch, channel selector function switch. Push that in again, RB light goes out, and you go back to referencing the channel number. That's 149 channels above channel 1. Remember, this is a channel 1 reference. Okay? All right, now, what everybody's been working on. Waiting on, sorry. Let's get back to the CB band. Probably, yeah, there's somebody on there. All right, let me get on the dummy load. We'll take some power measurements. The meter on the left is RMS. It's on a 100 watt slug. I've showed you guys these slugs before. I don't know if you can see them now or not, but they're 100 watt slugs. Meter on the left is RMS. The meter on the right is peak. All right, we're reading off the bottom scale on both meters. I'm on channel 20 AM. Hello, audio 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, audio test. That's about 30 watts peak. Let me turn off talkback. Audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And about 18, 19 watts RMS. Okay, now I'm going to switch to sideband and go up to channel 38. And now I'm on sideband. Audio test, audio. About 30 watts RMS and about 30 watts peak, which that don't really make any sense, does it? Peak should be a lot more than 30 watts. Let me switch to times 2. On times 2, we'll be reading on the top scale. All the way over to the right is 250 watts. Audio. Yeah, it's about 30 watts. About 30 watts peak on that meter. Probably needs to be adjusted. Audio. And a little over 30 watts RMS. So that means peak's going to be more. Peak is 2.5 times RMS. Okay. So obviously my peak reading meter is wrong. I'm not sure what the cause of that is. Could be the slug. May need to change out that slug. But there you have it. I think I've explained everything. One other thing I need to tell you. there's the little fold over point for the tape that I put around the bezel to protect the bezel. You need to peel that off. Don't leave that on there. And this plastic protector that they put on the case of these radios, you really need to take that off. Okay, don't leave it on there. I've seen radios that have had this installed. The owner left it on the radio to protect the case. He had it in a hot vehicle. That stuff hardens. When we did finally peel it off, it left a bunch of sticky goop all over it, and we had to, took a while to get all that crap off. Another one that we did, it was stuck to it so bad you couldn't get it off. We wound up replacing the cover. So don't leave that stuff on there. Okay, it's okay to leave it on there, you know, a couple of weeks or whatever till you're sure that you're happy with the radio and we're not going to have to send it back to Galaxy or whatever. But after that, I'd peel it off. You know, as soon as I opened mine, I peeled it off. I'm not going to leave it on there. It doesn't look as good as the radio does without that on it. Make sure you get this red tape off there too. Okay. All right, Jose, I sure hope you enjoy your new radio. It was my pleasure to build it for you. 73s, everybody.